Hi, everyone. I just wanted to talk about burnout because for the longest time when I was running my own business, there was a lot of pressure because we had a lot of media attention, community attention. We were pegged to be an up and comer after 6 years because we had a $10 million valuation when we started our own co-working business. And we were expected to continue growing, which is why we attracted a lot of investors that we ultimately said no to, which I believe was the right idea. But the reason why it failed ultimately wasn't because the product wasn't ripe for the market. It wasn't even due to COVID. It was actually because we burnt out as individuals, as founders. It got to the point where my business partner and I, we just couldn't do it anymore. And I think there's a lot to be said on if we could do things differently, would the outcome have changed? And if I'm going to be very transparent, probably not. Maybe as an individual, I'm not cut out to be so hyperly driven and focused that I can ignore everything else, including family, health, lifestyle, and whatnot, to think that I'm going to change the world with an idea and grow a ridiculously large business. Maybe that's just not me. And that's probably why, I quit, if you want to use the real word. But I think what I'm doing today from the lesson that I've learned there, because now I work for a very large company and lead a team here, and I've taken a lot of entrepreneurial principles and learnings that I had from that startup to here today. And I've made a video about the ways you can think as an entrepreneur in a big business and some of the traits. If you're interested there, please jump over. But one thing I would do if I take away all the buzzwords like health and wellness, and I take away, time management and all that kind of stuff that I'm sure you've heard about when you're dealing with burnout, I'm actually thinking more in the sense of the 80-20 rule. And this is something I've kind of made up. It's not written anywhere because it's not gospel and it's just my perspective. But I honestly think in whatever you do, whether you're starting a business or you're working a job, you should live by almost the ritual and the ethos, put 80% into that practice, into that job or company, and save 20% for yourself. Right? And that really helps keep your sanity in check and also keeps your ability to stay excited about the 80% about your job. Because I feel like if you're 100% in something, no matter what you do, you're going to get emotional about it. You're going to get passionate about it. And passionate's a very dangerous word, right? Because it's great when it's great, everyone's happy. But when things aren't going well, it can get quite, sad and dark, because passion is an emotion that goes up and also goes down. So you almost want to take away the word passion and replace it with drive. And I wouldn't even say discipline. And I know that's a trending word right now because, it's very key for sure. But I think it's more about grit and temperance. And by grit, I mean the ability to hang in there, right? And appreciate that sometimes things take time. And if you're not 100% in something and you're 80% in it, but you're doing a great job and you're committed to the cause, that 20% where you've allocated elsewhere, whether it's in self-development, whether it's in a side business, whether it's learning an instrument, whether it's working on your body, whether it's, learning a language, something else, that's going to help keep you sane. And I honestly help get you through those dark times. Because if you're 100% into something and it sucks, well, everything's going to suck, right? So the only message I want to give around burnout here, because I'm not a psychologist, I'm not an expert in anything, so I don't want to give any advice around the way you should think from a surgical or a practical perspective, is just the way you approach life and break it up almost like into a pie chart. 80-20 has served me really well. Working almost 5 years for a Fortune 500 company, leading a team, and it hasn't been easy, especially because we're in commercial real estate, which is a bit of a question mark globally, but, we're going to come out strong. If I didn't have my 20% in things like, learning a martial art, even messing around on YouTube with videos like this, and I was 100% in my job, it would be extremely stressful. And I'm not sure I would still be around in this job. I would have found an excuse to not be here. So 80-20, that's all I want to say. And good luck to you. Hang in there. You got this. But please don't forget to keep some time for yourself, right? It's easy to go 100% when you run a business and you own it because it's yours and you take responsibility for that. But please take some time for yourself. And when you're working for a large company, yes, you should try and develop that career and put 100% in at times, but it's not your company, right? Like no matter what you do, it's your career and your personal brand, yes, but think about it that way. It's not yours. So how are you taking 20% to do stuff for yourself, right? Okay, so that's all I wanted to share. I'll speak to you again soon.